G'day, mates, and welcome to Fourth Dimensional Gaming. I'm Cranky Nerd,
I'm Omnipotent Dog.
and this is our guest, my brother, Tim Hawking.
Our
Say hello.
special guest.
Hello, Tim Hawking, the mysterious Mr. Something.
Yeah, his name is Mr. Something. We'll just call you Mr. Something because mysterious.
That's my short name. Mysterious is my title.
Okay.
Something is my name.
Anyways, this is kind of like a gaming quiz. So if you're watching this on Gaming Clips, hello. Or if you're watching this off our site, or you're just getting this from Twitter, I say hello, people. Leave in the comment section where you actually are watching us from. That'd be good. And also rate us on Gaming Clips if you're watching this on Gaming Clips. Anyways, let's just get this show on the road. So, Steve, how about you fill our audience in exactly what we're doing here? And you still haven't sent me over what I'm actually going to be saying, Steve. You might mind doing that?
Oh yeah, sure. This is very, very professional. I'll send it to you in private. Not that it matters. Not that it matters. We're going to read everything out anyway. I can
read it. I want to know the answers.
No, we're doing it this way. This will be perfect this way. Okay, so here's the idea of the quiz. And this is not just for the audience's benefit, but for your benefit as well, Tim. So,
okay.
The idea is we're going to read out 6. I want to say synopsises. That's probably the best word I can think of at the moment. So we're going to read out 6 synopsises to 6 video games, and 2 of them are completely and utterly fictitious. They are made up. They do not exist in the known universe as video games. However, 4 of them very much do exist, or if not in Australia, then in some other country. And the idea of this is that most of the games are quite obscure. Well, I mean, obviously the games we made up are incredibly obscure, so obscure in fact that they don't exist. But yeah, I mean, it's not going to be. Don't think it's going to be obvious. We're not going to be like, okay, the first game is
jumping off spaceships.
Yeah, and then like the second game is like, GTA 5, and then the next one is like Bob's Adventures in Space or something like that. It's not going to be that obvious. Hopefully we've made it difficult enough so it's not going to be a walk in a park. But then again, This is somewhat of a test run. I think I'd actually... Huh?
This is a game of video game true or fictional.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
I like that. Okay, so am I starting off?
Yes, Josh is reading the first synopsis.
Alright, so first off we got Shrek Smash and Crash Racing, released for Game Boy Advance, Nintendo DS, Nintendo GameCube, PlayStation 2 and PlayStation Portable. Players could choose from a selection of 12 Shrek characters, 6 players, however, are only allowed to play... 6 players, however, only allowed to play at once. You mean once at a time? Play it once, allowed to play it once. I think you've worded that wrong there, Steve.
6 player... No, 6...
6 players, however, they are only allowed to play... 6 players are only allowed to play at once. Right. Item barrels are located Sorry, guys. Item barrels are located throughout the racetrack, not dissimilar to Mario Kart. Question mark boxes. 1 item is assigned to each player initially, an item that will be used to attack other carts or obstacles. The winner player is awarded a trophy. I think the next one's for you, Steve.
Well, actually, let's get Tim's initial thought on that.
Yes. Let's do it game by game. Okay. Well, at first I thought it was real, but 6 players. I don't think the Game Boy Advance can do 6 players. It can do 4.
Oh, no, sorry, let me clarify. So, you can play... You choose a character, and then there would be 5 other characters in the racing game, like 5 other Shrek characters.
NPCs.
NPCs.
Yeah.
So there were 12 characters that you could select from, but you couldn't race 12 people at once. You could only race 6 people. I
Okay, that's why I
believe.
was confused. You worded it quite confusing for me.
Okay, yeah, sorry about that. So yeah, it's not like obviously they couldn't have 6-player co-op. I believe there was co-op on the GameCube version and possibly on the DS version as well, and of course on the PlayStation 2 version.
And a PlayStation Portable. Okay.
Possibly, I'm not sure about
Um,
PSP. Anyway, let's get
Well,
some more of your thoughts on this.
well, it sounds like a type of game that could very well exist. It's racing games are a pretty popular way of making games for franchises. So I would say
Yeah. Well, don't make your
true.
decision yet. So for now, you're
Yeah,
going to
Okay,
say that that's true. Also, I just want to
that's
get
my
through
initial
to
guess.
you. Yeah, that's your initial guess. Also, I want to get through to you that the idea of this game is essentially that it was a huge rip-off of the Mario Kart series. Like, it was pretty much like, it was during that time where Shwek? It was during the time where Shrek...
Swag, where's swag?
I love Shwek!
It's a Chinese rip-off of Shrek. Shrek.
Oh my god!
Oh,
This is ending up better than I thought it would.
You like a dishwack? I love a dishwack. You play a dishwack? We're just getting mildly racist here. No, but
Okay.
yeah,
Well,
like have you ever played what's
Trying to
it
make a lot
called?
of authorized versions of Hollywood movies. Because quite a lot of Hollywood movies are banned in China, so they remake them in an authorized version.
Oh my
by
god,
Chinese-
yes! I've seen that, and there's a remade version of Shrek. Remember I showed that to you, Josh? It's it's some like really shitty Chinese rip-off of Shrek.
I didn't know that.
It's amazing. It's called
Okay, show me after. Show me after.
It's called. I'm trying to remember what it's called, but it's just the lowest, like, shittiest rip-off piece of crap that you'll ever see. And in a way, China's kind of known for that. No offense, China, but you are kind of known as the shitty rip-off.
Okay, let's
North
move on
Korea-
from this topic. Next
No,
one.
well,
Next
look,
one.
this is all good
North Korea does
conversation.
the same thing.
Shh, guys, one at a time. It seems like you're blowing out my ears when you're talking at the same time.
Oh, sorry, dude.
Sorry.
Well, this is all good conversation.
Okay.
We can go on for we don't have to keep it nice and snappy. It's the Ramblecast after all, we can ramble on a bit.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically
Yeah,
the
well-
idea was it was a large rip-off of Mario Kart, because this is, of course, at the time where, like, Shrek was really at its height. I think this game was released in 2007, I believe. So this was really at the height of Shrek's popularity. So, and there were lots of games. There were lots of Shrek games, and as you can tell, there were lots of ports of this game as well. So yeah, I never played it personally, but I have played Shrek
Doesn't
2.
beat Shrek 2 though. No, it doesn't
Oh
beat
my
that.
god, Shrek 2 on the GameCube. Well, this was on the GameCube as well. But Shrek 2 for the GameCube, which was actually an older game, that came out just after Shrek 2. That was an amazing game. I know Josh has played it. You probably haven't played it because it's kind of shitty. That was the first game on the GameCube I ever played.
Steve worked me up on it so much that it was a really good game. I was like, oh my god, a Shrek game that's actually good. Okay, I'll give it a shot. And it was the worst game ever. Like, one of the worst games. It was
Hey.
explaining how it was like his best game as a kid.
I have such fond memories of that game, and you've just fucking crushed them. I'm devastated that it didn't hold up to the high caliber that it did when I was a child. But that happens a lot, You play like really shitty games as a kid, and you come back to them as a teenager or an adult, and you're like, this game's shit. Like, I don't know why I enjoyed it so much as a kid. Just like RuneScape, I enjoyed that so much as a kid, but now I can't play it.
Alright, so now we're...
Good. I mean, they've redone it all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
anyways, let's move on. Okay, we can ramble more after the next one. Okay, we're gonna give some leeway. All right.
1 hour. 1 hour
Anyways,
later.
you have to read out the next one, Steve. It's yours.
Okay.
Yours to read out.
Next we have Zombie Nation, released solely on the Nintendo Entertainment System. I believe this game, I haven't actually noted which years these games were made in, but I believe it was made, or released rather, in 1990. Okay. The year is 1999. An alien meteor named Dark Seed crashes into Nevada, rapidly turning all American people into zombies. You're the world's only hope. A disembodied ghost head of a samurai named Namakubi, which is Japanese for sliced off head. You must float through American cities, destroying buildings with eyeballs and vomit while catching hostages falling from the wreckage. Enemies include zombie snipers, zeppelins, and lava monsters. This is an additional note as well that I forgot to write down. But when you catch people, when you catch the hostages that are falling from the towers, that's how you level up in the game. Like each time you capture a hostage, it's like your level thing goes up a little bit. Thoughts on that?
Yep. Okay, thoughts on that? Well, it sounds like a crazy Japanese style game, and they're known for their crazy games. So knowing the Japanese, it could very well be true. But knowing your guy's sense of humour, it also could be completely made up.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah, where was it released again?
I believe, I'm not certain, but I'm 95% sure it was released in 1990, but it's set in 1999.
Right. Well, it was before the zombie craze came into fashion, but
That's
the idea
true.
of alien-created zombies is an older idea from the other zombie myths of disease or magic.
But when you think about it, this isn't like a truly. This isn't a. I know this may sound kind of. Huh?
Yeah. This isn't a Western game, by the sound of things. It sounds like a Japanese game, especially since it was only released on the NES.
Yeah, I believe it. Yeah, I'm like 90% sure it was Japanese. I didn't note the details down, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Japanese. I mean, the guy was called Namakubi, which is Japanese for sliced off head.
Yes, and it was before the trend of American making Japanese style games came in. So.
Yes, and it was also, as you said before, the Western trend of zombie games and films and TV series. You know, it was before.
I'm going to say
zombies sort of.
My initial thoughts of that game is tentative, true, but I'll hear the other games before making a final decision.
Okay. Yes, it's a really weird game. You literally fly around as this like giant decapitated head. So I think it's fair to say it's not a traditional zombie game. It's a bit different.
It is really different. But I'm just wondering, like.
I must note, I have not played this game.
Oh, well, it definitely sounds like a game that wouldn't even be released in Australia.
Especially back then.
Our board is so bad.
It's better these days, but still pretty bad. But back in 1999, well,
no,
1990, whatever it was.
Yeah.
The leader of a game board, isn't he religious or something?
Well, one of the commissioners, which is the Attorney General of the state of South Australia, yeah, he's quite religious. And,
not to say anything bad about religious people. I know some people are fine with this stuff. I'm just saying it does come into account that they have very strong religious beliefs that they use and they push upon other people. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's a bit like the way the board runs at the top level is that the commission sort of needs only one ban vote, and all all yes votes. So a bit like the UN security.
That's ridiculous. Only one ban vote for it to be banned. That's not that's not a democracy. Oh,
Yeah.
one vote for the president not to be president. Well, he's not the president.
I don't think it's quite the same, but I think I can see. I think I can see your point, albeit the how convoluted it is.
Most games don't go to the board; they go through the actual agency, the public.
One vote for not being a dictatorship. I guess we're a dictatorship.
Yeah, something like that. But for the games that have any contentious point or anything that a particular group may object on, it goes to the board, which is all the attorney generals of each of the states and Northern Territory and the ACT, and one of the attorney generals from Parliament, plus one that represents the general people.
I just realised I made a really big mistake there. I meant to say one vote for being dictatorship. I guess for dictatorship. I just realised I made a mistake there.
Well, I am aware that I think there was one guy, right? One very important guy in I think he was from Queensland, and he was basically that guy was the guy who made it so that R-rated games couldn't exist in Australia. And as soon as he...
No, it was South Australia.
South Australia. It was, some high up guy. And as soon as he resigned, we basically... Bam, like that, straight away we got R-rated games. Because he was the only guy.
A slightly weak version of... Yeah, his successor is basically a weaker version of his predecessor. So he allowed R games, but he made the conditions a lot equal to what an M-rated movie would be as an R-rated game, and also MA-rated movie, and also he banned the R games in South Australia. So he voted yes on the condition that R games will be banned in South Australia, and anything that would get an R rating in a movie would be objected, and anything that would get an MA rating or an AV rating in movies would be rated R in games.
Right. Anyway, we should probably move on.
That was the only condition. That was the only condition where he had voted. So you can't get South Australian games. And if the South Australian police find out that you're importing them from another state or territory, you can technically be charged for it, but it hasn't happened.
Anyway, so I think it's my turn to read one out now.
Is number 3... Yep. I forgot to note whether this one was you or me.
No, it's all right. I'll read them out in any order, really. Okay, so the next one is Sven the Pirate, released for the Nintendo 64.
Oh wait, so you're doing number 4, so I'll do number 3.
Yeah, because that's how we decided. Remember, we said.
Well, why don't I just
each.
do number 3 instead of you doing number 4 and me doing number 3? Why don't I just do number 3, and you do number 4 next?
Because you already read one, unless you want me to do number 3 and you do number 4.
Well, I just thought it might make more sense.
I'll do number 3 then.
Okay.
All right. Bounce Boy and Jim, released for the NES. Is it NES?
Nintendo Entertainment System.
Nintendo Entertainment System.
NES. The game follows the story of Bounce Boy, a 10-year-old circus boy who has a super rubbery skin, and Jim, his trusty pet wolf. Bounce Boy has had enough of the circus life and leaves, but along the way he encounters plenty of his old friends who want to force him back into the circus life. Bosses include giant clown heads, fire-breathing tigers, and stampedes of bloodthirsty elephants.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds like the type of game that's so crazy that it might exist. It sounds fake, but in the world of gaming, such things can exist.
Yes, there are a lot of games out there that sound so ridiculous, but actually do exist.
Oh, that's
I can think
why.
of one straight off the top of my head.
Yeah, which one?
Okay, so
Toe Jam and Earl. Toe Jam and Earl is an example.
Don't say that.
Yeah,
now we can't use that for the next episode.
Tim already. Oh, okay. Damn it.
That one.
Tim already knew that one.
Oh, he knew that one.
That came with the Xbox at our house.
Really?
We bought an Xbox. Yeah.
Wow, that's one hell of a bundle.
It also came with Oddworld.
I remember Oddworld.
And it came.
That was
came
a good
with
game.
Oddworld and that cat game as well. Came with 3 games. It was actually
Yeah.
pretty good.
Which cat game?
It was
Wait.
cat. You were cats. Okay, actually, no. Actually, I'm not going to actually. Probably known because it actually was like one of the games that came with the Xbox.
Wait,
So
I'm looking this up.
Okay,
Cat
it's
game.
cats versus pigs, basically. The pigs are the evil guys, and the cats are the good guys, and you can play as either of them.
Oh my god, cats versus. Was it any good?
And the pigs are like trying to
Oh,
rule
yeah,
the world, anyways. I can't remember the storyline exactly, but it was actually a pretty good game and a hard one at that too.
Yeah,
Wait, was this for the
the
Xbox
cat
or
could
the
play with-
Xbox 360?
No, Xbox.
Xbox.
It's not for the Xbox 360.
Oh right.
Yeah. Yeah, the cats could play with time, and the
No,
pigs play
I'm
with
pretty
fate.
sure. I'm pretty sure it was re-released on the Xbox 360.
Oh my god,
though.
yep, I found it. It's called Blinks.
Yep. That's it. Blinks, and Blinks 2 is also on the Xbox 360.
Blinks 2, Masters of Time and Space. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Was-
Anyway, my initial thoughts on this game is false, but what's the release date on it?
The release date was, I think, 19... Again, don't quote me on this. I think it was 1992.
When was the NES released?
84? 84? Well, I know that the Mario Brothers game was the first. It came with the console, and that was 1984, I think. When was NES released? 83. It was released in 83. And when was the SNES released? 1990. Yeah, this game came out in 1992, I think. It was one of those really... You know how they kept on releasing games for the NES even after the SNES came out?
Yeah, and they're doing the same with the Xbox 360, actually. When the Xbox One came out, they're still launching Xbox 360 games.
Yeah, well, this was like
And
1992,
apparently
I
they want
believe.
Yeah. Apparently they want to continue releasing it 360 games for the next 10 years. Because they're going to continue seeing the Xbox 360 in, third world market.
Oh, really?
Except
Okay.
for China with the Xbox One.
Steve, I just sent you a message for Tim not to see. Can you go to have a look at it?
Yeah, I saw it, yeah.
Okay, cool.
So, yeah, actually, you know what? I think I've actually played this game, Bounce Boy and Jim. I think I actually played it. It was at,
Don't you have the? Oh no, you don't have. You don't have the SNES.
No, I have a Sega Genesis. Not Sega Genesis. Sega Mega Drive.
I think I actually remember you once talking about this game.
Yeah.
You know
I.
the Dreamcast?
Huh?
You know the Dreamcast? Yeah, Microsoft worked together to create that one. Microsoft and whoever the other company is.
Sega.
Yeah,
Sega.
Sega
Yeah.
made Dreamcast. Eh? Oh yeah, yeah. Microsoft and Sega worked together on that.
Really?
The last one, the one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No,
Microsoft
but
made the operating system.
huh? That's really.
Yeah.
Huh, didn't know that.
It was a modified version of Windows CE.
Okay. That sounds pretty cool, actually. I'll have a look at it. Actually, I think you've told me this recently. Was that today or yesterday? It was yesterday you told me about that.
Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, I think I actually played this at my friend's house in No, that couldn't have been it. It was some really weird game, but I think that was on the PlayStation. No, it must have been another one. But I definitely heard of this one. Had you guys heard of this?
I remember you talking about it once.
Anyway, any more thoughts on that?
Well, you just told me it was true.
Ah, but maybe we're bluffing.
Yeah, but I know that you're not.
Okay.
Well, that's up for you to decide. Are we bluffing or are we not?
No, you're not bluffing. It's true.
So you think Bounce Boy and Jim is true?
Yeah.
The-
I initially thought it was false, but
The story about a circus boy who escapes from the circus and has a pet wolf.
Yeah.
Okay. So look, just going back, your your initial thought on Shrek Smash and Crash Racing was real.
Real, true, yeah.
Or true. Your thoughts on Zombie Nation?
Yeah, my initial guess was true.
We haven't finished yet, though.
Yeah, we're just going
Yeah,
over that.
no, we're just recapping.
Okay.
And Bounce
Yeah.
Boy and Jim, you also think is true. So if that's the case, the next two out of the 3 remaining must be false. Okay, so game number
I haven't had
4.
my final guess.
Yeah, you can change your
Game number
guesses.
4.
If all the next 3 seem completely plausible, or if you've in fact heard of all the next 3, that might change matters completely. But anyway, game number 4 is Sven the Pirate, released for the SNES, and that was it.
Steve, it wasn't released for the SNES. Got it
Oh,
wrong.
sorry.
Remember, you wrote it in wrong.
No, that's right. I read it wrong. Nintendo 64 is what it was.
Reading from a script here, Steve. So Tim, and when so.
Okay.
You can get might have written it in wrong.
No, actually, I had rewritten it, but for some reason, I just still said SNES. It was released for the Nintendo 64. In this role-playing game, you play as Sven, a young pirate trying to make a name for himself in the pirate world. His father, Captain Flock, who died when he was young, was a world-class pirate, but Sven, being no Captain Flock, always seemed to get into sticky situations with his crew. During Sven's adventures across the 7 seas, you grow your crew and upgrade your ship with the loot you've managed to plunder. But after spending some time plundering, you come across a man named Captain Kraken who claims that your father yet lives, but in another plane of existence called the Dead Isles. So you set out to find and possibly rescue your lost father.
Sounds suspiciously like the tale of the Pirates of the Caribbean, where the names changed.
That is true, but bear in mind this was released far before the Pirates of the Caribbean. This was released... Actually, do you know when this was released, Josh? You found this one out, so... When was it released?
I can't remember, really. I should have written it down.
Hang on, I'll find it. I'll find when it was released. Sven... Pirate... Release date. '93. 93.
93. That topping sounded a little fake, so I'll say false. That's my initial guess.
Okay, wait. Sorry, one sec. I'm alright. Yep, back. So, wait, so you're basing the whole thing, the whole idea, your whole, basically you're basing this all off the typing sound.
No, that was just the straw that broke the camel's back.
Ah, so what else was there?
Well, the whole storyline being suspiciously like Pirates of the Caribbean, and the father's name being Captain Flock.
Captain Flock? Is that actually a dude's name in Caribbean?
No, it's not. It's just that it rhymes with another word.
Ah. It could have been like a joke that they were doing, though, Captain Flock. You know?
Yeah, there's really a joke like that in 1993, at least not in games.
What does 1993
I didn't
have
think it
to
was
do
a
with
joke.
anything? No, I didn't even think it was a
Yeah.
joke. In fact, I didn't even think about that until you said it just then.
Think about it being close to Pirates of the Caribbean.
No, well, how could... It's impossible
the
for them to
Dead
think that, because they released it and made it
well-
before the film even came out. So,
Yes, but you see, if you invented this game, you would invent it that far back in order to make it plausible.
yes, that's true. Assuming that we made this up, we could have ripped the idea from Pirates
Right.
of the Caribbean. However,
And-
if we didn't
and
make
also-
it up, you cannot criticize the game of being like Pirates of the Caribbean because it was released far before the film came out.
Yes, we all know Disney makes a rip-off of things when it can, but does it in such a way as to make it look like it isn't.
Yes, very much.
Yes, and yeah, but Nintendo has a very strict censorship board of its own that was even more strict back in the 90s. And even games with character names similar had to have their names changed.
True,
So
true.
I'll go with my initial guess being false.
But
Alright,
this is,
next
bear in mind though, this isn't Disney. This is a, well, it was developed for a Japanese company, so...
yes, but Nintendo went through all the games themselves to give it a pass or a fail for quality and censorship reasons.
True. I think, to be honest, I think you're reading into this too much. And you're letting... if that's possible, I think you're reading into
Let's just- Hey, he's made up his mind, so let's just move on.
So you reckon that's a fake one?
Yes, fake. Move on to numero cinque.
Alright, the next one is Billy Bob's Hunting and Fishing, released for the Game Boy Color. You play the role of a hapless guy named Billy Bob, who is trying to impress a girl. She'll ask Billy Bob to fetch her rabbits or bass, and it's up to you to help Billy Bob get them. Obviously, to get the things she wants, you'll have to either go hunting or fishing. Not so fast though, because you need bullets for hunting, bait for fishing, and a license to do either of the two activities. Luckily, you can earn these items by playing a variety of mini-games. The games vary in their gameplay, but the usual assortment of speed and reflex. I can't keep a straight face reading this one. It's ridiculous.
It's called Billy Bob's Hunting and Fishing.
Reflex texts. Texts are the common.
That's like a rip-off of another game that's
Common thread. You'll need to clear 4 mini games, each to go hunting and fishing. Once you've cleared them and gotten the items you need, you'll head out and catch your real prize. So what do you think, Tim?
What was this released on?
The Game Boy Color.
Yeah, I think it's real actually.
Why do you think it's real?
Because it sounds suspiciously like another game that I heard of that may have been called that.
As far as I remember, this is like... Is this like a really obscure game? I can't even remember, but I think I just...
It's a really bad game.
You know what's funny though? I was on eBay because I was trying to find like a synopsis of the game, and I was on eBay, and there was a copy of the game going for like $10, and it didn't even have like the packaging. It was just the game.
I thought it was
just,
$9.
It was like, yeah, no, it was $9.50 American, which is about $10 Australian.
Well, you know...
But the thing is, it's such an obscure game, that's probably why people would pay so much, because it's so hard to come by, that game.
Yeah. So anyway, my initial guess on that one's true.
Okay.
Okay. Next one.
Number 6, the final one. So, I'm just going to remind you, if you're going to stick with all your initial thoughts, that this will mean that's going to have to mean.
This one is going to turn the table on your thoughts.
Yeah, this is going to really shake things up a bit, and you might have to reassess some of your guesses after you hear this one, because I don't know. I'm just looking forward to your
response.
your reaction to this. So, number 6. It's another Japanese one, by the way. Toilet Kids.
Okay. I know this one.
Do you know this?
Oh,
Did,
yeah.
Did you say you know this game?
Yeah. Oh.
Where do you hear about these
Oh my
things?
god.
Have you heard of this game?
It was on television or something. I think it was the Project or something. to show you.
No, you couldn't have murdered this game.
This is the most obscure game
Okay,
out of the
just
whole
read it out,
list.
Steve. Read it out, Steve.
This
Give
how
him-
can no? I'm just perplexed how you can know this. It's the most obscure game out of everything on the list. It's not. I don't think it would. I don't think it even had an English release. I think it was just a Japanese released game.
Just read it out.
wait.
I don't know how you would know this game. I don't know
How do you know this?
game.
Of all games, this is the Toilet Kids. Yeah, it's a classic. It's a timeless classic.
Oh, it's a classic. It's lived through all the ages. Everybody knows about Toilet Kids.
Oh dear. Okay, wait. So if it is, let me just say, I don't think this is the game that you think it is. Explain to me what the game you think it is.
He's eating.
Ah, that's alright.
Hey, I think it's a game that teaches the kids to go to the toilet. And so,
No.
Oh, like toilet.
You can't be further from the truth. That is not what Toilet Kids is.
Wait, was that?
Go along with it.
Was this
No.
game?
This game is not what you think it is.
It's so far from
Available
that.
in Japanese and Korean.
Huh?
It was available in Japanese and Korean, the languages.
The game that you're thinking of.
Just read it out now. See if he still thinks it's the game he thinks it is.
Yeah, this is not. I think the one that you were
probably
thinking of was a recent game, whereas this is not a recent game. This is. Oh shit! I forgot to.
Okay.
What console was it on? I forgot.
Let me just look it up for you. Yeah.
Okay. Well, it was probably like the Nintendo. It was probably like the NES or something. It's so obscure. You can't. There's no Wikipedia page for it.
I can't find anything on Toilet Kids. The first thing comes up is the game that Tim's talking about.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, I think it was released on PC.
Yeah, maybe it was some. This is such an obscure game. Like.
Yep. It's released on PC. Japanese only audience.
Okay.
No Korean.
Yep, Japanese. It was a solely Japanese released game. It was a vertical shoot 'em up game, basically. The story is basically as follows. A kid wakes up in the middle of the night to go to the toilet, but then he's sucked into a magical world where he's under assault by fecal matter. The action involves both air-to-air and air-to-ground shooting, and it contains a wide variety of loos, turds, and other nasty things.
It's basically like
It's like a shoot 'em up.
FPS. Is it FPS?
No, it's like a top.
Third-person shooter platform.
It's like a
Platform shooter?
top-down. It's like a really old-style like NES game, but it wasn't released for the NES. It was released for the PC, and it's like it's basically a shoot 'em up, but like a top-down shoot 'em up, like the old GTA.
Oh yeah, it's like
The old
the
GTA
old-style
games,
game.
basically.
it's like those playing games where you're flying on something and you shoot shoot things.
Yeah. Except
That's what you mean.
except you actually like you shoot crap out of your plane, basically.
Oh my god.
Battleship.
Battle shits, yeah. Battle shits.
Yeah, Battleship without the hidden targets.
No, battle shits.
Battleship, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so what are your thoughts on that?
This is a difficult one.
Remember, you can't use the internet or any physical aids. The only thing you're allowed to use is your own brain.
Which your own brain, as in you're allowed to take your brain out and examine it to see if that helps.
Yeah,
If you said a funny
lobotomies
video,
are allowed.
You're allowed to lobotomite yourself.
Yeah, if that's going to help you.
Somehow I think that would make it harder.
Okay, this is what we should do. We should go over each of them and give a... Well, we don't really need to give a synopsis. You've already heard. So, we have number 1, Shrek Smash and Crash Racing. What do you think of that one?
I still keep true on that one.
Okay, Zombie Nation.
Zombie Nation. Yeah, true.
Bounce Boy and Jim.
I'll go with false.
Okay. Sven the Pirate.
False.
Billy Bob's Hunting and Fishing.
True.
Toilet Kids.
Yeah, true.
Is that your final answer? You're going to lock that in?
I lock all those answers in. Final
Oh, come
Damn
on!
it! You got us! Exactly right.
Damn it!
I thought I got at least one wrong.
I was so sure you were going to switch either Bounce Boy or Sven for the last one. I was so certain. I was so thinking that, okay, when here's this Toilet Kids one, he's going to be switching one of those answers out. Maybe Sven. Oh, but no, you got us. You know my original idea instead of Sven was a World of Needles.
Okay.
Where let me just go actually back to the where I wrote this. World of Needles. Okay, in World of Needles, you play a guy named Frank. Upon waking up one morning, noticed that his pin collection was stolen. Before long, you figure out a guy called Nick the Thief was the one who stole your precious collection. But upon reporting it to the police, you are arrested and thrown into another dimension. I chucked that one in the bin because I thought it sounded so bad.
You know what? I hate to say it.
We said pin collection. When you said his pin collection was stolen, I thought, well, that doesn't seem particularly like a game. And then you said Nick the Thief. Well, I know that you got a friend called Nick, and you like to put your friend's name into your inventions. So I would have definitely guessed that was a false one.
You know what? I genuinely think that was a better. The World of Pins or World of Needles was a better one. I hate to say it, but I think it was. Would you have fallen for that, Tim?
I think my initial guess of it would have been true, but then after evaluation, I would have gone false.
You know,
the other options got.
I just like how we read you Bounce Boy and Jim, and to be honest, I thought you would just know straight away that was fake. But the reason why you thought it was fake, the only reason, the whole idea of why you thought that was fake was because my typing sounded not real enough. And by the way...
Sven.
Oh no, that was for Sven the Pirate. And by the way, I did genuinely type in Sven the Pirate. Just to make it seem more authentic, but apparently that...
Did anything actually come up?
I forget.
I'm gonna look up Sven the Pirate to see what comes up.
Let's see what comes up.
Then
No, nothing comes up. There's just pirate pictures. Like the skull and crossbones.
Oh yeah, and the pirate party of Luxembourg.
Luxembourg.
Yeah, it's Luxembourg.
Anyways, I actually feel like we should create another sort of quiz and then come back.
Yeah, good idea.
Because I think that would be good. 2 lots of quizzes and then we'll finish it up. So we will be putting a little cut here while we do an intermission per se, and we'll be right back with you.
Thanks for tuning in to
After
the game quiz, as we are now calling it.
Okay, we'll be right back after messages from these supporters.
Bye.
We should really put supporters in, shouldn't we?
Yes.
We'll be right back after these short messages from our sponsors.
Buy all the things you could ever want to buy.
Right.
Anyways, I have been Cranky Nerd.
I've been Omnipotent Dog.
And I'm B, the mysterious Mr. Something.
Boy.
Oh.